everything that's going on the farm is stopping right now. I just found out that my neighbor wants to give us alpacas, which is very, very exciting. I'm just going to take a quick look at what scraps we have available from the school build and put together a quick one-day build that will best accommodate the alpacas and everything we need for them. These guys need to come out anyway. This will make a nice frame.
2 out of 3.
Now that we've got our building supplies, there's some quick shuffling that needs to take place. I'm gonna grab Lucy's little house over there and move it to a new pen that I'm gonna put her in. And then the alpacas will go in here for the first few days while we acclimate them to Johnny and June, our livestock guardian dogs. This is important because it puts them in close proximity, but it doesn't actually endanger anyone. Sometimes one project leads to 1,000 more. Living on a farm is like that book. If you give a mouse a cookie, then he's gonna need a glass of milk, and he's gonna need a mirror to look at his milk mustache. All right, let's try not to tip that tractor into that hole. Girl. Oh yeah, you're a good girl. Well, the structure is not done yet, but it is time to go pick up some alpacas. This is what happens when you don't have a trailer or a truck of your own. Mom of all trades, what a hero. Dad's also here.
Thanks.
You just go and do the things when the people that have those things that are willing to help are willing to do it. So here we go. Hello. How you doing? Well, how are you?
Doing good.
It's all good. Nothing to be afraid of, it's all good. It's all good.
Well, that was certainly easier than loading the animals when we left Washington. We need an alpaca shelter like yesterday when the alpacas got here ideally, but now we have basically 2 hours before dark. Ah! This pallet is still super solid. It's going to be great for using as the back of our structure. We'll take this top part off and use it to attach our purlins, if you will, for the roof. And then this pallet is too broken up to use, but it's going to be a good spatial piece to get things set up so that we attach things the right way. When you're working by yourself, it's often good to have a little clamp around to act as your third hand. Part of designing our project based on what we have available is trying to design it to dimensions that are going to make the best use of the wood that we have. These are 12-foot boards, so it makes the most sense to have the outer dimensions of our piece being 6 feet so that we can cut these in half and get 2 boards out of every cut. Because this board is light, we can use this to get our measurements for our roof. That shall work quite nicely. Now, this is gonna be very crude, but this will be the angle that we'll wanna cut our boards at for our bird's mouth. So that'll give us a nice little template to follow. And then we don't waste any wood or waste any cuts. So as you can see, my calculations have gotten us exactly where we need to go. We need to move this thing before it gets too heavy, but these are a little bit wonky still, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna temporarily screw this board to the front so that it'll hold all this stuff rigid while we move it. Also running out of daylight. Okay, solid. Let's move it. Even though this project is made entirely out of scraps, I don't want it to look like it was made out of scraps. So to that end, I'm using the same roofing product I used on the chicken coop and a lot of other farm buildings around here. This is called Undora. It's a composite roofing product that's available at most local home stores. It's very affordable. It's definitely going to do the trick to keep these alpacas dry, and hopefully we'll add a nice little visual touch to this shed as well. Now we just need to pretty it up with some offcuts from the framing project. And so that this looks a little bit less tacky, I'm gonna raise these little boards up a little bit too. Well, I think this will do just nicely. This is a super useful design for all kinds of things, from places to store your garden tools, or a little outside workshop to carve spoons, places to put your firewood. This is actually the exact design I'm going to use for my little lean-to style greenhouse as well. So the options with little sheds like these are super limitless. If you're interested in building a shed like this of your own, or you want to know more about this story about how these awesome alpacas entered our lives and our hearts, head on over to my Squarespace website, anneofalltrades.com. My Squarespace site is so much more than just a website for me and for my business. It's a place that I can, yes, host my blog, but also a place that I can sell spoons that I carve and offer merchandise for sale and offer plans for sale and even schedule the classes that I teach online. If you're interested in starting a blog of your own, or maybe you're interested in getting more from your business online, Squarespace is a fantastic platform to use. They have beautiful artist design templates that you can literally just drag and drop whatever content you want to share with the world into, and then share it with the world. Head on over and check out squarespace.com, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/AnneofAllTrades for a 10% discount. If you like the free online content that I create, a fantastic way to support is to support the companies that support me.
Well, good morning, young man.
Hey, Pacas. George, Paul. I carved a little training whistle for the alpacas. And I'm trying to get them to come to it so that soon we can open up the fence and then they can come home to their alpaca shelter at night, but then roam freely during the day. Training is going a little slow. Come on, guys. John, come here. Come inside your alpaca palace. Hi, buddy. Do you want some foodies? The idea is that someday they'll associate that noise, oh God, with eating. Georgie, could you keep it in your mouth? The fact that I'm getting them all in here with me right now is very exciting. The biggest purpose that this will serve is giving them a place that feels like home, that they're used to getting fed at, so that when I then open the gates for good and let them kind of just wander the property as they will, they will have a place that they can come back. I'll have a place that I can reliably catch them and continue working on building a positive relationship with them. Will be where we shear them and work on halter training and all that good stuff. Working on integration with the dogs and the alpacas, and seems to be going quite well, to say the least. Look at you guys. Are you the best? You're the best.